Tomorrow is Rhode Island's presidential primary, and because we already know who the presumptive nominees will be, turnout is expected to be historically low. But there are vital decisions to weigh in on for voters. ABC6 News anchor Alyssa Zara picks up the story from there.
Rhode Island Secretary of State Greg Amore says his office is expecting a low turnout for Tuesday's presidential preference primary, a lower turnout than roughly 20%, which the state saw in the special congressional District 1 election.
Because the results are in. We know who the nominees are going to be for the Democratic and Republican Party, so we understand that there's not excitement around this primary.
However, there may be voters that show up to the polls to simply send a message with their ballots by voting uncommitted to protest vote against the Biden administration's policy as it relates to Israel and the war on the Gaza Strip.
It's a chance for people to express themselves, and that's what voting is, right? It's a First Amendment right to express yourself in the form of a vote, and if you're unhappy with the president for whatever reason, you can say that and still vote for the president in the general election, but send the message that we're not entirely happy. I think traditionally, though, across the board, Democrats understand there's a stark difference between the two candidates, and they're going to support President Biden.
Rhode Islanders will also be able to pick delegates that will head to the party's national conventions this summer to represent the voters.
So those names are there, and that's still worth the vote because there's a list of delegates that does not match up with the number of delegates that are required to go. So there's an election there.
Polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. except for on Block Island, where polls open at noon. To find your polling location, go to vote.ri.gov. In Providence, Alyssa Azara, ABC6 News.